A few years ago, during the height of the economic crisis, Reinhardt and Rogoff wrote a book called This Time is Different: 8 Centuries of Financial Folly. In this book, they wanted to explain where financial crisis comes from. They did a study of 800 years of different financial crises around the world. And they discovered that the same things, the same behavior, always leads to these financial crises. They called their book This Time is Different. They could have left that part out and just called their book 8 Centuries of Financial Folly. That's an attractive enough title. But they felt it was important to call their book This Time is Different. And the reason why that title is so important is because a sense of infallibility is important to a financial crisis. A sense that we're different somehow. We are not those people. We're this race. We are from this country. We are different. We are special. It can't happen to us. And it couldn't be more false. If the moment you cease to behave in a way that is different, you are no longer different. You are no longer special, and it can happen to you. This is true not just of financial crises. This is true of a tyrannical crisis. This is true of any major calamity that can happen to a people. And this isn't a video about financial crisis. This is a video about democide. In the last 100 years, governments around the world have killed or starved up to almost 250 million of their own people. This isn't through wars or conflicts with other nations. No, these are governments killing or knowingly causing conditions that would kill almost 250 million of their own people. Compare this to 8 million private murders, which each murder is a tragedy. And also many of the 8 million private murders occur because of conditions caused by government. For example, during Prohibition, the violence surrounding alcohol was pretty extreme, and there was a lot of murder associated with that. So even part of the 8 million is really an offshoot of something that government did. But not even taking that into account, you compare 8 million to 250 million, private murders are a drop in the bucket. Governments with a monopoly on force are the most dangerous thing humanity has ever created. And ladies and gentlemen, this time is not different. It's not different. It never will be different. Ever. The first step to a democide is to seize the guns. And that's what people are calling for today. They're calling for seizures. They're calling for the halt of manufacture. The Second Amendment of the United States Constitution guarantees the people the right to keep and bear arms, specifically to form a militia. It's not for hunting or target practice. It's to form a militia. A militia is an army of the people. And the purpose of that army is to protect the people from tyranny. Tyranny from foreign governments, tyranny from our own government. The moment we cease to behave in a way that is special, whether it's in finance or in the rights to protect oneself, we cease to be special. It can happen to us. What kind of weapon does a militia carry today? Do they carry bolt-action rifles? No. Do they? Well, maybe a few snipers do, but not the majority. Do they carry 22s? No. The three primary weapons of an army today would be the AR-15, the AK-74, and the AK-47. These three weapons are the most important weapons today for a militia. They are the weapons that the Second Amendment is talking about. And these weapons typically come with 30-round magazines. This is what the Second Amendment was written for. This is what makes us different. If we ban these weapons, if we cease the manufacture of these weapons and the transfer to private hands, we have given our government a monopoly on force, and they will use that monopoly on force the way many governments in history have used their monopolies on force. It may not happen this year. It may not happen next year. It may not happen in our lifetimes. But rest assured, this time is not different, people, and it will happen here. It has happened here. In 1830, our government committed what would be defined as a genocide today. We're not special. Remember.